Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1AAuto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
In this video, we're going to show you a radiator, how to remove and reinstall on this 2002 Toyota Tundra with a V8, same as any 2000 to 2005. Also similar for the V6 trucks. Tools you'll need are a catch pan, pliers, 10 and 12 millimeter sockets with a ratchet and extensions, and a Phillips screwdriver. Using a 10 millimeter wrench, disconnect your negative battery cable. In this next shot, the truck is up on a lift. Not necessary though, you can easily reach this stuff with it on the ground. Just makes it easier to film.
Okay, we're going to start by removing a series of 12 millimeter bolts and taking off this skid plate.
We'll fast forward, and you'll see me use fast forward a lot just through the monotonous parts.
Okay, once you have that out of the way, your radiator drain is right here. It should just come loose with your fingertips. If not, you can use a pair of pliers and drain your radiator.
While the radiator drains, you can start removing some of the top plates. Two 10 millimeter nuts hold the little name plate on top, and then a 10 millimeter bolt holds that hose clamp. Okay, use a Phillips screwdriver to loosen the clamp from the intake tube to the air filter box, as well as there is an electrical connection on top of the air filter box that you need to disconnect, and then use your screwdriver to loosen the clamp for the throttle body side, and then pull that tube up and out of the way. Okay, use a pair of pliers and you pinch the clamps and slide them back off the end of the hose, and then the clamps can just stay right on the hose like that. Now twist and pull to remove the hoses from the radiator and the inlet tube. Same procedure for the upper on the passenger's side hose. You'll reach the lower. It's much easier from the bottom side of the truck.
Okay, disconnect this little overflow tube. Just kind of squeeze with your hand. We're going to remove 4 bolts that hold the shroud to the radiator. Down here. And then over on this side. These are 10 millimeter.
We'll speed through that, and just as a reminder, as you're taking these parts apart, lay them out neatly and put the hardware with them so it makes it easier to reinstall in the end.
Now we're going to remove 4 12 millimeter bolts. One there, one right down there, one there, and one down there. Okay, to get the lower ones, it's best if you have a 2-inch extension.
Okay, and we'll fast forward here. The radiator is still held in by a couple of slots and tabs, so you don't have to worry about it falling out when you remove these bolts.
Okay, now there's a couple of cooler lines that we're going to disconnect. One there, and one there. And we can also take the lower radiator hose off.
And we do have a drain pan ready in case we get some transmission fluid dripping out of those lines. Okay, fast forward here as we remove those lines, just like the upper radiator hoses, pinch the clips, pull them back, pull them off, and as well the lower radiator hose, and as you can see some coolant does drip out, so have your catch pan ready.
Okay, now push your fan shroud out. Okay. And look at the radiator. Right up. Tilt it back.
Now we shot this footage as a part of another project, so this vehicle didn't actually need a new radiator. So when you see me putting the radiator back in, you will notice that I'm putting the old one back in, and that is why
down in. You can see it has some slots right here. Let's get in past the shroud. Okay. Couple of wires and hoses. Okay. Then these slots go down. Okay. So those little tabs hang up right there.
Fast forward here as we start the mounting bolts, both the ones for the radiator, and we reach inside and start the mounting bolts that mount the fan shroud to the radiator as well. And keep the speed going as I tighten up the 4 12mm bolts that hold the radiator, as well as the 4 10mm bolts that hold the fan shroud on the inside of the engine bay.
Now, lower radiator hose, just going to put it down there, put it on the top here. Upper radiator hose, on there, on the radiator.
Okay, use a pair of pliers to tighten those clamps as well as the one on the other radiator hose. Reconnect the overflow tube. And make sure we hook our sensor back up. There's a hose that may have come off on the valve cover there. And then down lower, make sure those hoses are back in the clamp and it's securely fastened. Make sure the petcock's tight. Connect the lower radiator hose and the transmission cooler hoses and make sure all the clamps are in place. Okay, now you can rehang your skid plate, and there's 8 bolts that hold it in place. I'll thread those in here and then tighten those up again. Tighten them up firm, not extremely tight though. Okay, now refill your radiator directly with either Toyota or universal coolant. Generally it's probably going to take 2.5 to 3 gallons.
Okay, let's put the radiator cap on. We add a little bit of antifreeze to the reservoir. Reconnect our battery. Okay, so we're running the truck, making sure it's up to operating temperature here. Run a little bit. Check the engine.
And obviously what we're checking for is any signs of leaking fluid. But what you want to do, let the engine idle a little bit, make sure it's up at operating temperature, take it for a drive for a while, and then again, check underneath, make sure there's no dripping fluid anywhere, let it cool down, remove the radiator cap, check the level of fluid, and fill it appropriately. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneaauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.